Do you have any advice on someone who maybe doesn't have their why concrete today on what they're doing?
You got to find out what's in their heart. My favorite book says, where your heart is, there your treasure is also. I was talking to a young man yesterday, and he said to me, when I asked him, I said, okay, you earned a lot of money.
Yes.
You've made millions of dollars. What does the rest of your life look like? And he said, I don't know. I said, okay. What if you did know, stepping into your imagination? What would that look like? He said, I like to help people. I said, great. So let's work from there. Let's come up with a program that allows you to do that without interfering with what you're doing and earning money, because you enjoy that too.
Yes.
You know, Red Fox said money won't buy you happiness, but can make a hell of a down payment. You know, and so we're now working together to help people in different areas of Africa to get clean water, things that we
Beautiful.
take for granted.
Yes.
And also, I'm a 29-year fourth-stage cancer conqueror.
That's right.
So helping children who are struggling with cancer, as well as adults, to know that you're more powerful than cancer.
Yeah.
So he now is partnering with me, and so I encourage people who have not figured out their next step, align themselves with someone that's doing something that you feel good about, that you say, you know what, I think I'd like to help that out. That's not something I'm going to give some time to,
Yes.
but I can volunteer as well as make a financial contribution to help to improve the quality of some people. Harsman said we should be ashamed to die until we've made some major contribution to humankind.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they decide when they make a lot of money to get all the trinkets, and that's just not me. I got a Mickey Mouse watch.
Yes.
You know, I have a Mickey Mouse underwear, but I'm not showing. You know, and I made some serious money. But to me, living a life of contribution, living a life that will outlive you,
Yeah.
making a mark, something that gives you a sense of fulfillment, something that when you think about it, that you will die a life of no regrets.
Yeah.
I read this book called Live a Life of No Regrets, and they talked about these wealthy people who were about to die. And they did not ask about all the trinkets they had. They didn't ask whether or not they got an oil change on their brand new car, or how much money the company generated that particular day. They talked about relationships.
Yeah.
They talked about meaning. What is this thing called life all about? And so to me, I'm not a religious person. I see myself as a spiritual person.
Yeah, I like that.
Religious people are afraid of going to hell.
Yes.
Spiritual people have been there.
Yeah.
And hell to me is what you experience when you die and you meet the person that you were supposed to become.
Yeah.
And the work that you were supposed to do. It was part of your assignment, but you didn't take the time of self-discovery to find out what the greater work for you was.
Yeah. Well, I love multiple things you said there. I love the live a life that will outlive you. That hit me hard. I love you know what hell is for you when you die, and you know, I think it's increasingly harder to do that self-discovery work, or could be, right, with distractions of cell phone, social media, things like that. Is there I guess I'm curious your opinion on that with so many distractions today that pull us away. I mean, I had a friend of mine, for context, yesterday, runs a multi-million dollar business, had a big issue happen, and he's trying to figure out what to do, and he's running 1,000,000 miles an hour. And I said, hey, you know, planes in extreme turbulence, slow down. I go, did you sit for 10 minutes with the pen and paper and just think what the next action is? Wouldn't you know, the second we were done, he sprinted out of the room. He didn't even take the time to think about thinking at the time. So anyway, I'm curious your thoughts with all the distractions today. What, you know, where self-discovery plays.
I had an experience. If you don't know when to stop, sometimes life will stop you.
Yeah.
Sometimes God has to break a life in order to heal a life.
Yeah.
And I was stopped because I'd been over in the airport to pick something up, and I experienced sciatica pain. And then I was dealing with pain, a 4th-stage cancer. And I never forget when I was in California, Playa Vista, and my niece and my business partner left to go to the store. They helped me get into the bathtub, and they helped me to get out. I couldn't do it by myself. I couldn't pick up the weight of my own body. And they put me in bed, and they said, we'll be right back. And they must have gotten caught on the 405, and it took longer than what they thought. And there I was on my back, and I couldn't get up. And all I could think about, I was just like that guy. All these things that I said I had to do.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have to do them. They were going to get done, or it did not get done, because I couldn't get up.
Yeah.
I couldn't take myself to the restroom. And I'm here hoping and trying not to panic. Oh God, help me stabilize myself and not to panic. That if something happened in this house, I couldn't get up and run out. Yeah. And it made me rethink my life. And I realized I was not irreplaceable. I'm replaceable. And we all have an expiration date.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson said, this is it. This is the last concert I'm going to do. Yeah. They spent millions of dollars on stadiums and millions of dollars on marketing. It was it, but not the it that he was thinking about.
Right.
And so in that moment, I looked at my life and I started clearing things off my plate that I had told myself I had to do. All the people that I was helping, I wrote a resignation letter. I'm no longer going to be Mr. ATM. They rejected my resignation letter. Yeah. And I sent it back again. Okay. And I said, figure it out.
Yeah.
And I thought about something that Ian Levon Sant said. She said, give to yourself until your cup runneth over, and then give to others from the overflow.
Yeah.
And people will use you as long as you allow them to use you.
Yes.
And so during this time that I'm on the bed and embarrassed because I can't get up and I might urinate on myself or soil the sheets, I realize you are replaceable.
Yeah.
Lord, when you help me to get my strength back, that I can stand up and walk without pain, I'm going to be a different person.
Yeah.
You know, Marion White said in life, when you don't have enough courage and insight to know that you have outgrown a situation and it's time to move on in that level of enlightenment, life will move on you.
Yeah.
And so life moved on me.
Yeah.
And I honored it and I respected it. And now I ask myself, is this something I want to do?
Right.
Is this part of my agenda, or is this someone else's agenda that I've decided to take on?
Yeah. And that's such a big lesson for a lot of people listening, myself, you clearly, givers to the world. We love give. And as you're saying that, fill your cup first, you know, that the heart pumps blood to itself first. Such an important lesson for, you know, people that are inherently givers, not takers, and it feels dirty, at least for me, it's felt dirty at times, giving to myself first, because I'm so used to take it all. But to your point, you end up running yourself into a ditch.
Absolutely, and you can't give from an empty wagon. You gotta take care of you. And I had a secretary who, she was distributing money to my friends, to my family, and she came in and she said, Mr. Brown? I said, yes, Regina. She said, here's a piece of paper and a pen. Hypothetically speaking, if something happened to you, write down the names of people that you help every day that will come to your rescue. I said, why would you ask me to do that? She said, I'm just curious. And I sat there with the paper in front of me. I couldn't think of anyone.
Wow.
The majority of the people on that paper would say, Les, if I could, I would.
Yeah.
But I don't have it. Where if they had called me, if I didn't have it, I would get it.
Yeah.
And so everybody's in their rightful place. Their rightful place is where their thoughts have brought them. Their true place of independence, their true place of controlling their own destiny is where their thoughts can take them. And most people won't invest the focus, the energy, and the effort to live a life on their terms.
Yeah. And does that come as a daily morning routine, as an evening routine, throughout the day? How does that tactically?
When I get up in the morning, I say all things work together for good, for those who love God and for those who are called according to His purpose.
Yes.
And then I say, Lord, whatever I face today, together, you and I can handle it. And I review the goals of what I want to get out of the day. Most people get up and they just want to get through the day.
Yes.
And then in addition to that, what I do is that I start thinking about what is it I need to learn today that I did not know yesterday. So, and after I recite those affirmations and I look at the things that I want to get out of the day that I wrote the night before, and then I ask myself, what is it that I need to learn today that I did not know yesterday?
Yeah.
Because I believe that in order for us to make it in and out of the pandemic, one, it requires mental resolve, feeding our faith. And right now our faith is being tested.
Yes.
And it's easy to have faith, your bills are paid, you got a job, your business is successful, the relationships are working, the children are not driving you crazy. It's easy to have faith then. But when you have had the rug snatched out from under you, like the pandemic has done, faith not tested can't be trusted. Okay. The next thing that's very important is having relationships. My son John Leslie, who's a speaker and a coach and the president of our company, he said, always ask yourself, when you think about your relationships, who should you count on?
Yeah.
And who should you count out? There are people who are always there when they need you, but when you need them, you can't find them.
Yes.
And so this is the time that we have to look at our relationships and ask the question, what is this relationship doing to me?
Yeah.
Dr. Dennis Kimbrough said you earn within $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest friends. Academy Award winner Sidney Poitier said that when you go for a walk with somebody, something happens. Either they adjust to your pace or you adjust to their pace. Whose pace have you adjusted to?
Yeah.
And so I encourage people to look at your relationships and ask, what is this relationship doing to me?
Yeah.
Am I growing mentally and emotionally and spiritually and financially? Am I living a life that will outlive me?
Yeah.
And the next thing is that developing collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships, but also practicing the principle of upgrading your communication skills. Warren Buffett, when he graduated from Harvard, the first thing he did was he invested in a communications course. I trained people on a course I trained called Hungry to Speak. And the reason is, Steve Jobs said that the storyteller is the most powerful person in the world.
Yes.
That if you can tell a story about yourself, about your knowledge, your skills, do a podcast that's compelling like you're doing,
Yes.
to make your mark for that which you believe in. That this is the attention economy, but in order to get the attention, create an experience with the attention and ignite the attention, people who don't know how to do that, they have skinny children.
Yes.
Okay. So you got to learn how to become an effective communicator.
Yes.
In order to make it in the attention economy. Hold that attention, create an experience with that attention so that you can have your place in the marketplace.
Yes.
You know, so mindset, relationships, OQP, only quality people, and effective communication skills.
Tell me, how did you get started?
Well, it really started with me because of the fact that I wanted to do something with my life that would be of value and benefit to my mother. I'm adopted. I feel like Abraham Lincoln, who said, "All that I am and all that I ever hope to be, I owe to my mother." And so I'm one of 7 children that my mother adopted. She never had any children.
Wow.
Yes. And so I had made a commitment with my life that I was going to buy her a home. And it's interesting about when you find something that's your why, your reason, you'll find ways to make it happen. Now that my brothers and sisters saw the value of me having that kind of dream because they felt it could not be done. But there is, every family, there's one. Like in your family, you the one. There's one in the family that's a little out of their mind, because you have to be out of your mind. Let that mind be in you. If you're allowing another mind to be in you, you are out of your current state of mind.
Yes. But that's amazing, you know, you connecting with purpose. There's so many people out there that need the tools. They hear about these concepts: purpose, destiny, assignment, you know, finding your reason why. They hear these concepts. Can we expect you to be giving some of the, not secrets, but some of the tools that will help people to discover their why?
Without any question, because today we're in a place where people don't need to know what to do. They need to know how to do it. Just think about this, and this is in the news yesterday, that people who are working 2 jobs are literally going to blood banks to sell their blood, to put groceries on the table, to put gas in their car. I mean, just think about that. In the wealthiest country in the world. And so when we look at the price of groceries just alone, we're talking about gas prices, but groceries, what $1 used to purchase, that's gone. This is a different time. So people need to know, what can I do with what I have that allow me to generate income that will take care of me, my family, and be able to have more freedom and more choices to live a life that will outlive me, to do things that I am interested in doing, and creating special experiences with people that I love and the things that I want to do with my life. And we're going to teach people what they can do and how they can use their story to monetize their dreams. When I think about my life, and the power of telling your story. And you know that this is a passion of mine, teaching people how to do this, is that your ability to tell a story about yourself, your knowledge, your skills, your experiences, that's more profitable today than ever before. There are people that don't realize that they are a gold mine, they are a fortune. I did not know. I didn't do this for 14 years because I did not know the power of being able to communicate and how to tell your story with your knowledge, your skills, the things that you have gone through, and being able to monetize that. We're going to teach people how to do that. And what it took me 3 years to earn my first million, they'll be able to do it in a fraction of the time. And that's a wonderful thing. Come on, somebody.
That is a wonderful thing. You get a big amen from me. You get a big amen from me.
It seems like time has picked up speed. And if you got some bills, you don't get 30 days out of the month. You get 2 weeks. Didn't I just pay that? No. Come on. Where did time go? You are 77. Who does that? Wow, I served at the Lord's Supper. Time has picked up speed. This is a different time. I want to share with you and want to talk to you about something. Do what's you. Make your life count on doing the things that's true to you. What I love about the presenters that are talking to you, people who have overcome some stuff, who have grown through some stuff and decided that will not make me or break me, but I'm going to use my voice and my story and my example to empower people, because a lot of people need it. Some people will hear me. Some people will hear Tracy. Some people will hear Makuba. Some people will hear you. We all have a voice. We all can impact people's lives. And so as you look at yourself, look at your goals, look at your dreams, do things that's true to you. Now, let me share something else with you. I think the most important message that I have ever given, I would say the most important statement, and I want you to write this down and put it somewhere where you can see it. Because these individuals that you see, they're trainers, they're consultants, they have a variety of knowledge and abilities and skills. I endorse them, I support what they're doing, and I know that they're going to make a difference for you, for your company, for your church, for your organization, because I get the chance to see them up close and personal. We are processed. We are working on our stuff, including me. Live your life the way you want to live your life. I spoke to a group yesterday, and I asked, if you had 3 months to live, what would you do differently? And all of them, 100% said, I would quit my job. If I knew I had 3 months to live, I would start doing more programs. I would speak more. I'll be on Twitter, on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. I've been doing all of them. Let me tell you something. Listen, why? Because I'm doing what I love to do. If you spend 40 to 50 hours a week doing something that's not you, that's stressful. But if you're doing something that's you, that's passion, honey. Or you're going to rob the cemetery of your talents, of your abilities, of the gifts that God put in you, that he brought you here at this point in time to help clean some of this mess up. And these individuals have answered the call on their life. And I'm encouraging you. What's in your heart? Do what's in your heart. Where your heart is, there your treasure is also. Yeah. See, the reason that I'm excited about these speakers, and we're going to be sharing stages around the world, that we're living in an incredible time. I remember speaking in 4 or 5 different cities. I have to get on airplanes and go from city to city, hotel to hotel. Now, we can just do it in the comfort of our home. And so what they're doing is paving the way, because we've gone from brick and mortar to click and order. Now, we can reach people. We can help people to achieve mental health and wellness, helping people to develop strategies and the new skill set for this new space where we are. These people have put in a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort. So I don't want you to just listen to them. I want you to write down information, take some notes, and get contact information so that you can incorporate their services for your business, for yourself, or for your organization, and for things that you believe in and causes that you support. Here's something else. Make every day count. I was talking to someone today, and they said, well, let's get together in 2 weeks. I said, no. I said, you just told me you're an hour and a half away. I say, let's do this right away. I remember when Michael Jackson said, this is it, after procrastinating and putting off going on tour. But it was not the it he had in mind. And the older you become, the more calls you get about people who are gone. I remember my high school teacher, Mr. Washington, and he was an unusual guy. We told him, hey, did you hear Mr. Hayes died unexpectedly? And he said, Leslie? I said, yes, sir. no one dies unexpectedly. We all gonna die. I said, oh, we have an expiration date. And so I'm encouraging you, make every day count. It says not the number of breaths that we take, but the number of breaths that moments and events that take our breath away. Here's something I'm doing now, and I encourage you to do. I heard something that shocked me, and I didn't like the guy's voice, and I heard what he had to say accidentally. He was talking to this couple, and he asked them, I'd like to give you $1 million. How do you feel? They said, wow, I'm excited. The husband said, yes. And he asked, why are you excited? He said, $1 million? He said, I know what I'm going to do with it. He said, I got something else better for you. And they said, what? I'm going to give you $10 million. How would you feel? He said, great. Wow. I would be, off the hook. That would blow my mind. He said, there's one hitch. And they said, okay, what is it? I'm going to give you $10 million today, but you won't wake up tomorrow. You'll be dead. Do you still want it? They said, no. You wouldn't accept $10 million today? 10 million. That's 10 times 1 million. You would pass on that? You saying, I will be dead tomorrow? Yes, you'll be dead tomorrow. He said, no. No. He said, so you're saying when you wake up in the morning that you got life, that's equivalent to having $10 billion, that you're still here. Oh, stuff's going to happen to you, but you're still here. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to lose money. People are going to betray you. Things are going to happen that you won't see coming. But each morning that you wake up, you got a chance to work on it. You got another shot. You got some more time that you've been given by God to begin to straighten things up in your life. Every day you should be excited because you're a billionaire, you're a trillionaire, because you got life. Wow. As Della Toro would say, I'll wait. I never thought it like that. I never thought about it like that. So when I wake up in the morning, I woke up this morning, I said, whoa, there's some billionaires that's pushing up daisies. Oh, I'm glad to be here. And I know a lot of others that would love to be here. And I still got a chance to serve. I still got a chance to make my life count. I know that my life has an expiration date, but I'm here now. I'm not going to focus on when I'm gone. I'm going to focus on what do I do with what I have. I'm going to live my life the way I want to live my life. So these speakers, they answered a call on their lives. They said, I want to live my life the way that I want to live my life. I'm going to change some lives before I leave here. I'm going to inspire some people. I'm going to bring out the greatness in some folks. I'm going to let people know that their adversities don't have to break them. They can make them stronger. I want them to be able to live their dreams by making a statement and taking a stand with the life that they've decided to choose to leave the world in better shape than how they found it, for their children and their grandchildren and their great-grandchildren. You have something special. You have greatness in you. I want you to think about the fact that you are still here, that God has something in mind. A lot of people out of here. People dying today who never died before. Come on. Oh, behave. And I decided, write this down, smile in spite of. Why? I got some stuff going on. I got some challenges that I'm facing. But you know what? Even homely people look better when they smile. Watch this. Smile at somebody on your right or left. And if they're already smiling when you look over there, you the homely one. This thing called life is for living, for laughing. Live the life you love and love the life you live. And decide that you're going to do what you can with what you have to leave it in better shape than how you found it. You have something special. You have greatness in you. We've all had major disruptions in our lives because of this pandemic. And when you have a disruption, that requires transformation. I don't care how fast a caterpillar can run, it can never fly until it goes into a cocoon and experience a transformation.
When did you know what your mission was?
You know, Irvin, I knew what my mission was when I was talking to a friend and he said, "Thank you. Thank you so much." And it was a heartfelt thank you. And I said, "What's going on?" And he said, "Man, I was about to do something stupid. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. And you made me laugh." He said, "You are so crazy, man. You made me, I was furious." And come to find out, he found out that his wife was cheating on him. And he said that he was not going to experience that pain by himself. He's going to kill her, he's going to kill her lover, and he was going to kill himself. And he heard my voice. And he said, "Thank you. Thank you so much." And we both cried. I knew that God used me in a special way. I believe that we all have a calling. Everybody can't hear me. There are some of you that hear me in your ears, but there's some of you who can hear me in your heart. There's some of you who just know, I'm supposed to do this. People have complimented you on you. You've always helped people, and you're always looking and for opportunities to give people advice and to share with them the experiences you've gone through and say, "Hey, you got this. You're stronger than this. Greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world." See, God ain't dead. God is in the midst of all this stuff. All this stuff. And there's something in you. All things work together for good, for those who love God, for those who are called according to his purpose. There's something in you. Come on now. There's a calling in you. Can you tell I feel real good? Now you wonder, what he got in there? Is that what's in here? I'm going to tell you what. Just keep this under your hat. I have a friend. I'm not going to tell you her name is Madeline Haddock. She fixed some special cookies for me. Some special cookies with THC. She said, "You take this, you gonna get a good night's sleep. Do you hear me?" She did not lie. had to break them up. Because the first time I ate a whole one all by myself, then I saw myself on a merry-go-round and all these different colors and everything. And I said, what's going on up in here? Up in here. I wasn't at Disneyland. I was in my room. So I'm saying, don't do the whole thing. Don't do the whole thing. You're not used to this kind of stuff here. Just do half of it. I don't know what she put in there, but it's so good. Let me tell So what I do, I space it out. I start at 9 o'clock. I eat half at 9 o'clock. And then around 10 o'clock, my Alexa alerts me. And then I do the other half. And then I go to bed and I wake up the next morning, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and crazy. Because when you get a good night's sleep, there's nothing like a good night's sleep. Do you hear me? I could hurt somebody if I don't get a good night's sleep. There's nothing like a good night's sleep. I'm telling you. I ain't making this up. I'm telling you. I said, you know what? We need to package this baby. You know, Les Brown's Get a Good Night's Sleep formula. Cookies that help you sleep through the night and wake up giving motivational messages. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. So this is a time, and I'm going to share some steps with you that's very important. Because when I became a speaker and I started my business and several other businesses, it was against all odds. You hear me? Against all odds. With no college education and nobody who looked like me that was doing what I'm doing now. But now you see motivational speakers everywhere. Everybody saying, I'm a motivational speaker. If you were to help people, you would say, well, the only thing I can do if I want to help people become a preacher. But then when I start doing this, now there are people who say, wait a minute, there's another option. There's another way. See, what we have to do now is we are in a creative mode. Everything that happens is for our good. All things work together for good for those who love God and for those who are called according to his purpose. If you don't know anything else, you know that. You know that. When we look at what has taken place and where we are right now, this is a fresh start. And we want to take advantage of this. This is no time to relax and say, we did it. No, we did not. This is a fresh start. This is a new beginning. This is the time to build legacies. This is the time to be motivated, get the family involved, get the kids involved, and get focused on what your goal and what your dream is. And what is it that you're going to do now that we're in this place? What is it that you're going to do with your talent? This is a time to work your talent. I remember when I decided, Wesley, Margaret Ann, Leonard, Angelo, listen to me. Listen to me. Sharon, I'm going to buy my mother a home. I'm going to do that. Are you guys going to join me? What are you talking about? I said, I'm going to buy our mother a home. Are you going to join me? Yeah, we'll help you. You know, and they did what they could do, but I was the lead guy. Okay. And so we divvied up what each person would do. Margaret Ann, she bought the groceries. I paid the bills. Wesley was in Vietnam fighting for our country and got a Purple Heart. Yes. See, when you have a new chance, see, life is cyclic. It's like a roller coaster. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Sometimes things go well, sometimes they don't go so well. So this is a period. This is a new season. Listen here. This is a new season in your life, in my life, in our life. And now we want to work. You want to work your gift. Not just be a part of somebody else's dream, but this is a time to think. and come up with some new ideas. What is it that you're going to do now in this new place, in this new season? See, there's never a shortage of money, just a shortage of ideas. There's a shortage of thinking. When these foreclosures, when the various restrictions that will be lifted, and they will be eventually, all the stuff that's happening right now, what we have to do, it's better to have a plan and not need it than to need it and not have it. And I'm saying to you, find something that's you. Find something that's you. Write this down. Your voice is your superpower. No matter what business you're going to go into, your voice is your superpower. If you understand that, you believe that, just put yes in the comment section. Yes in the comment section. Your voice is your superpower. If you're involved in sales, your voice, you got to be able to sell. If you're involved in multi-level marketing, real estate, insurance, the financial, you've got to sell yourself. It's very important. Your ability to make a point, the ability to influence people, the ability to make a greater impact. In the beginning was the Word. The Word is powerful. One of the things I can share with you, now you're talking about what is the superpower? What are you talking about? Something that gives you an advantage. I was labeled educable, mentally retarded. Everybody counted me out. And then when I met Mr. Leroy Washington, I was in special education at Booker T. Washington High School in Miami, in Liberty City, in Overtown, moving back and forth, where Mama was promising rent. And he said, young man, develop your mind. Young man, be mindful of who you're around. Young man, once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. Those three things are very important. And so the first one, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to hungrytospeak.com. hungrytospeak.com, because there you're going to find some medicine for the mind, some power for the mind, and it's called Choosing Your Future. It's a series that I recorded, and at the time I got through with that, that's when I made my first million. That's when I made my first million. People say, what's the most difficult thing you've ever done? Making $1 million? No, the most difficult thing I've ever done, to believe that I could do it. Given my circumstances, born in an abandoned building on a floor, not knowing my birth parents, being a foster child and then adopted, being labeled educable, mentally retarded, put back from the 5th grade at Douglas Elementary School into the 4th grade, and failing again at Booker T. Washington High School. To overcome being in a culture where you are marginalized, where you have the complexion of rejection. To believe that I had the ability to do it. I remember there was a program when I was a kid. Millenniums don't know about that. They weren't here then. They used to have a program called The Millionaire. And John Beresford Tipton would give Michael Anthony $1 million to give it to a particular family. And after the program would go, somebody come to the house and knock on the door. I would jump up and run to the door. Mama said, where you going, boy? I said, I was checking to see if that's the man with the check. She said, if you don't sit your behind down, if he had $1 million check, somebody would have busted him in the head by now. You know what? We got a fresh start. This is dramatic. God has been in the midst of all this stuff. And now we want to take advantage of it. Now we want to milk it. This is our time. This is the time to get it done in 21. And part of that process is what's going to be different about you. What's going to be different? This is the time to take it up, to step it up. This is the time to take your performance, to take your focus to the next level. What's going to be different about you? See, the people that are going to maximize this, the people that are going to capitalize on this, the people that's going to make this year, 21, the year to get it done, are the people that are hungry. You got to be hungry. When people are working against you, when there are systems and things in place that are designed to hold you back, you got to be hungry. Things have not changed that much that you can't be hungry. If you're not hungry, if you don't feel that your goal and your dream is necessary, your dream will end up a casualty. And so you got to get up each day. The people that are hungry, they're the first ones to get up in the morning and the last ones to go to sleep at night. People that are hungry, they have an agenda for their life of what they want to get out of the day. People that are not hungry, they are part of somebody else's agenda. They just are trying to go through the day. And don't mess with them. Don't criticize them. Leave them alone. My mother had a sign, I always talk about it, on her mirror. Oh, Lord, help me keep my nose out of other people's business. So I'm talking to you this morning because as much as I'm talking to you about this, I'm talking to myself about this. I'm 75. You know, you get 75. Let me share something with you. All kind of stuff start happening to you. You wake up one morning, you start moving. Whoop. I used to wonder, Mama would say, oh, Arthur's bothering me. Mama, who's Arthur? Don't worry, boy, you live long enough, you'll find out. Well, I know where Arthur is now. He's on my right hip, and he's been giving me a fit up in here, up in here. Oh, my God. She's talking about arthritis. Thank the Lord for waking me up in my right mind this morning. Mama, why do y'all say that every Sunday? Why do you say that? Don't worry, boy. You live long enough, you'll find out. I went to Cancer Centers of America. I lost my passport. I left my identification there at the hospital. I got home and I said, hey, did you see it, John Leslie? No, sir, Daddy. Do you know where I put it? No, sir, Daddy. Who's 75 here? You 36. I'm the one 75. You should be watching me. You know, you can't leave me by myself. Oh my God. You know, I mean, oh my God. I mean, just little aches and pains coming from everywhere. You say, wait a minute, what's going to come next? I didn't do nothing to deserve this. Oh my God. Oh, so I have to take my time going down the steps. My mind is young and vibrant and energetic, but the body said, you better take your time. You better take your time, Mr. Motivator. For your behind fall down these steps. You might be faking young and motivated, but you better positively take your time going down the steps. Oh, getting older is so humbling. It's so humbling. That's why I think Paul say, pray unceasingly. But this is a fresh start. This is a time to be excited. This is a time to get with some people that you know that's going in the direction of where you're going, that's grateful that they're still here because of God's grace and mercy, and to brainstorm about what we are going to do next. That's what I'm doing with my sons, with my daughters. These are my children here. Yeah, that's just half of them. Lord said, be fruitful and multiply. I took him seriously. I got 5 girls and 5 boys. I smile at you, you'll fail a rabbit test. Millennials don't know anything about a rabbit test. I know they say, what does he mean by that? What's a rabbit test? Don't worry, baby. That's okay. He's a little off. Don't worry about that. I'm telling you. I mean, we got to be grateful and celebrate and have a spirit of gratitude that we are still here, that we are victorious, that we have accomplished some things and have created an opening so we can work our gifts. That's what we've done. That's what we're fighting for. to be in position so we can do that which we are called to do. And trust me, this place where we are, this is not any time for people who are just looking for getting another job, who've been eliminated from the job market because of the coronavirus or because of artificial intelligence. No. This is a time to create. We were created by the Creator to create. Create something for yourself, something that's you, something that's in your heart, something that's your calling. A job you get paid for. A calling is what you're made for. And I decided, I had a goal. What's your goal now? What is it you're going to do? People that don't have goals die sooner than people who have goals. Why? They have no reason to get up in the morning. They need an alarm clock. But when you have a goal, you don't need an alarm clock. No, you don't. You'll get up. And trust me on this. When there's a reason for your life, reasons are empowering reasons. They bring something out of you. Reasons allow you to rise and face whatever life throws at you, because it's going to throw some stuff at you. Think it not strange that you'll face the fiery furnaces of this world. You will, no matter if you give 10% of your earnings. You will, no matter if you've been real good. You will, no matter if you speak in unknown tongues. You will have tribulations. You will, if you've been real good. Yet you will have tribulations. Stuff's going to happen to you. Why? That's the way it's set up. Let me tell you something. I have gone through so much stuff. I'm here in Cancer Centers of America, and they gave me a CT scan. You have to drink the solution, and then they scan your body. And they said, oh, we see a little presence of something here. I've said, Lord, look here. Don't you have anybody else? Can you pass this cup to somebody else? Well, come on, what do you mean? What you talking about? Well, you need to come back, and we're going to give you an MRI. MRI? Oh my goodness! I don't like MRIs. Oh, y'all should be calling and talking to people in places where I've been, where they gave me an MRI. From the last MRI I had, I left them a little gift in there. And now that machine, that MRI machine, is on the side of the building. Oh my God. They didn't give him his medication this morning. I'm sorry, Tyrone. I'll be through in a minute. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Come on. They put a mask on my face, and then they strap my face down, and then they put straps over my arms and everything and my body and push me in, and they closed the door. And then they went out the room and said, just relax and breathe deeply. And they turned the light off. And they said, when we push this button, we tell you to hold your breath, hold your breath. Are you all right? No. I tell you what I did one time. Let me tell you. They tell you why it strapped me down, because last time I did it, I scooted out. I scooted out the other end. I said, no. Homie can't do this. No. I scooted out. Y'all got to give me some. I'm claustrophobic. Yeah, when I was a kid, they were playing and locked me in a refrigerator, and I had recalls about all that kind of stuff. So maybe the word got out, so they strapped me down this time. They strapped me down and pushed me in. I called the whole gang, give me the script, not the strength. Give me the script to handle this. I was trying to say the Lord's Prayer, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I had known the 23rd Psalm since I was a kid. All I could remember was when that light went off, when they closed that door, all I could remember was, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. It's amazing. If you never had an MRI, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Hey, all I'm saying is, life is coming for you. Why? I didn't do nothing. I understand. It's coming for you. And so, therefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, that having done all to stand. And so, as you think about yourself and think about where we are right now, we got a fresh start. And we want to capitalize on this. We want to maximize this. We want to get everything we can out of this. We want to milk this time until it expires. You know what Robert Schuller said? He said, tough times never last, but tough people do. And he was right. And we are still here. We are tough. Now we got to do what we have to do until this expires. Nothing stays the same. Everything must change. Nothing stays the same. Listen, Quincy Jones, flesh and blood didn't reveal that to you, but my heavenly Father, which art in heaven. We got a fresh start. It's time to get serious. What is it you want to do? What's in your heart? What is it that you'd like to do before you check out? My goal is to train entrepreneurs. My goal is to teach people how to use their voice and how to promote their business, to promote themselves, to promote their ideas, to promote their products, to create a new chapter in their lives, to live a larger life, because we can. We got it like that. You think God spared us so we can live a small life? No. We are here to do the greater work. So what does that look like for you? We're here to build a legacy for our children and our children's children. And do you realize that most men, when they die, they leave liabilities rather than a legacy? They're not even thinking about it. See, when you are in survival mode, it's one thing to live versus surviving. When you're made in the likeness and image of God, and you know that, and you've been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth, and you live from that place of power rather than have that just be lip service, rather than life service, you're able to create. What are you creating? How much time do you have left? The journey that has brought me this far is much longer than the journey that I have left. So my goal is to maximize it. My goal is to finish strong. How many of you are ready to finish strong so that you can live full and die empty, as Miles Monroe would say? Most people go to their graves with their talents, their abilities, their dreams in them. You have to get to a place where you say to yourself, I'm not going out like this. I have a friend of mine who he lived a criminal life, in and out of jail, in and out of jail. And the last time he got out of jail, he went to the hospital. One of the children that he had impregnated a woman with, he was there at the hospital when the baby was born, his son. And when the baby opened his eyes, he said that was his rehabilitation. He said he decided in that moment, that was a turning point. In that moment, he would no longer live a criminal life. What will it take for you? Paul said, I must die daily. What will it take for you to die to who you have been, now that we have a fresh start, what will it take for you to die to who you've been, to have a fresh start on this day, to honor your commitment to yourself, to get off all your medication, to exercise? I'm talking to myself. And do the things that you know you need to do, Mr. Brown, Mr. Motivator, that will keep you here on the planet longer. So you got to do some things so you can be here. Being here is not a given. You have to work at it. So what's your game plan for being here, for improving your life and putting more life into your years? So when that young sister runs who announced her candidacy at the inauguration, what are you going to do differently? See, it's one thing to say, I want to be here at 90. You're 75 now. I want to be here now. But it's something else when you say, I expect to be here. See, want shows up in conversation. Expectation shows up in behavior. Wow. Oh my goodness. If the shoe fit, wear it. And if it doesn't fit and it's your shoe, wear it anyhow. Oh no, he didn't go there. Yes, he did.